We have loved Jason Statham as a transporter, a mechanic, an expendable, and a crank. Now he's Melissa McCarthy's secret agent rival in Spy. And in it, Jason plays Rick Ford, whose greatest weapon might just be his sharp tongue. Take a look.
You really think you're ready for the field? I once used defibrillators on myself. I've jumped from a high-rise building using only a raincoat as a parachute and broke both legs upon landing. And I still had to pretend I was in a Cirque du Soleil show. I drove a car off a freeway on top of a train while I was on fire. Not the car. I was on fire.
Kind of starting to freak me.
Guys, it is so funny. Melissa McCarthy, of course, is hilarious, but this guy, I mean, we know you can do action, but really, really funny. How do you keep a straight face where you're doing these long monologues that are ridiculous?
You know, that's one of the hardest things by, making a movie with Paul Feig and Melissa is, to keep your composure, because a lot of the material that we're given is, you're giving it 30 seconds before you actually say it. There's not a lot of in fact, there's no rehearsals. So it's a very different way to go to work.
Is it true that he would change lines and hand them to you on Post-it notes?
That's correct, yeah. And then Melissa's obviously a terrific improviser. So that combination of the two just gets a lot of laughs, and it's a very loose sort of way to make movies, yeah.
And what was it like doing scenes with her? Who cracked each other up more?
She's such an amazing actress. She can play, vulnerable and downtrodden and get really angry. I mean, so to see all that stuff come out, it's, I mean, God knows how her mind works so quickly. I mean, she's so unique.
Were you ever sort of in a scene and she comes out in one of her, when she's undercover as an agent, she has on like a giant cat on her shirt. I mean, yeah. Did you find yourself trying not to look at her, or starting to lose it?
I mean, the characters are brilliant that she plays. They're just so over the top, and they do have their own sort of wealth of funniness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul was on yesterday, director Paul Feig. He wrote this part for you. That's pretty high honors.
That's pretty high honors, yeah. I mean, I love Paul Feig's movies. Since Bridesmaids, I was a big fan of his. So for someone to sort of conjure up some idea for you to be in one of his films and, be acting across from Melissa and Rose Byrne and Jude Law, yeah, it's a big privilege, yeah.
Pretty big privilege. Yeah. He loves 007. He said that he really wanted to do sort of a 007 type film. Yeah. And there's a really great article I just read about you in The Guardian in which they suggested that you would be a great, should Daniel Craig ever decide to move on, you would be a great 007. Well, your reaction?
I've been wanting to break Daniel's legs for years. Possibly give me a better chance to get in there. Yeah. No, I mean, it's very difficult to sort of follow someone's footsteps, and Daniel Craig is an absolute phenomenal actor, and I think he's brought the Bond into a real sort of state of credibility. I mean, it got goofy at times, but he is fantastic. So, I mean, I'm not trying to do anything that is wrong. If they ever ask me, I mean, I grew up on James Bond, so
right.
It's part of my culture. And I do a lot of action movies, so it doesn't seem too far out of my sort of reach to be able to do something like that if it ever came.
Well, now we know. Of course, we knew you could do action, but the comedic chops are there. Will we see more comedy in the future for you?
It's like a good meal. If you have, if it tastes good, you want to do it. You want to eat it again. It's it's the same thing with comedy. It was. It was a terrific experience, and I'll be jumping up and down to do another thing.
I'm going to finish with this quote from this article. It says, Statham might have finally blown his cover in the new movie Spy, written and directed by Feig. He is seen-stealingly hilarious. Pretty nice. Congratulations.
Thanks,
Thank you so much to all of you guys for coming by GMA. We love the film. Guys, it is great. Spy hits theaters nationwide on Friday. Jason, we're looking forward to the next one. What is the next one? Viva
la Madness with
everybody.
J.J. Connolly. Yeah.
And it's a thriller, so tune into that.